So as per our dealer checks, Indian steel mills have hiked their domestic prices by 2,000 rupees per ton. Now hot rolled domestic prices are currently priced at 50,000 rupees per ton, and this latest price hike marks the second one in around a month. The last one was of 1,000 rupees per ton, which was done at the start of February 2025. We even saw steel stocks having a good run last week, an 11% gain for something like a Tata Steel, and you had SAIL, JSPL and JSW Steel all seeing gains of 5% last week. Now, in terms of the importance of this of a price hike in general, it indicates not only strong uptick in demand, but it's also positive for the realizations of companies, and all the listed players do make flat steel products, which is what the price hike is relevant for, and they usually contribute 50 to 70%. For example, for a Tata Steel, in terms of their FY24 volumes, their flat steel volumes stood at 16.6 million metric tons, which is 83% of their total volumes. For JSW Steel, flat steel volumes were 75% of the total, and for SAIL and JSPL, it was comparatively lower at 45% and 39% respectively.
Okay, thanks for that perspective, Mihika. Metal index, one of the strongest sectors, in fact, last week. And there's still a lot happening in the industry too. Aditya Velekar from Axis Securities talked about his top bets in the current market. Listen into a slice of that, relevant in this context.
Top picks are Hindalco, then we like Tata Steel in our metal pack. We also like Nalco and Vedanta. So that is the pecking order. JSPL also looks good at these levels. So and then on the base metals, aluminium prices have withstood strong despite the dollar index moving up. Now the dollar index have cooled down, but still aluminium prices have stood firm, and we are constructive on aluminium prices. Basically because the demand supply scenario for aluminium is much better as compared to ferrous and steel, because the demand from renewable electric vehicles and all that stuff that will keep driving aluminium prices, that will keep supporting aluminium prices. Also the supply is something which is not really picking up, so the supply demand scenario fundamentally for aluminium looks fairly stable, and that is the reason we are constructive on aluminium prices, and that is why it is reflected in the prices as well.
Okay. Himen, what do you make of metals at this point? Strong outperformance last week. What's the expectation like now going forward?
Like you mentioned, Harsh, I think, frankly speaking, if you look at the Nifty Metal Index, it's one of the few sectors, or maybe only sector, which seems to have signaled strength on the weekly charts. Harsh, almost 7 weeks of a sideways move, and we get we actually give a mini breakout of sorts above that at the end of the week. So what's happening today is simply because it's moved from 8,100 to 9,050 in 5 trading sessions. Maybe a couple of days more of adjustment, but metals are looking good after almost 8 or 9 months on the charts, Harsh. So I would be more positive than negative. Hindalco was obviously the better stock. It has moved quite a bit. So is Tata Steel. Maybe something like a SAIL needs to play catch up, and maybe a General Steel and Power. But SAIL hasn't done much, promised a lot, is promising a lot, but we need to close above 114. So Hindustan Copper looks promising, oversold, but it's in the ban list. So I don't think we can do much over there. But yeah, if I believe SAIL would be playing catch up to Tata Steel, I think it would, or maybe General. I would be more positive on metals in the market, Harsh.